thank you for being here. You're looking all beautiful, gorgeous, and lovely. Please, I would want us to stand on our feet as we do the opening prayer.
We guess she's on our way, and we recognize the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Dr. Garba Abari, ably represented by Ma Rosalind Akani. Welcome. Please a round of applause. And also, we recognize, I hope they are here, the presence of the Country Director Plan International, Dr. Charles Usin. Can you wave us if you are here, Plan International? So we guess they are on their way. We will move straightly to introduce and recognize the Director, Secondary Education Board, Mrs. Larry Emeje, ably represented by Mrs. Toluwa Omolaye. A round of applause.
Ato Ikeme, please a round of applause for him, please. Is he around so that he can move to the high table? All right. We would love to also recognize the presence of Ambassador Prophetess Ebube Michael. Please, if you are in the congregation, please can you come forward? Can you put your hands together for her, please? If she's around. All right, we'll move forward. We would also like to recognize the Principal CEO, PVG Consults Limited, Dr. Ibrahim Bello Dauda. Please, a round of applause for him. If you are in the congregation, please come and have your seats. All right.
Thank you. I hope you pardon we jumped this, but we just got it now. We recognize the presence of Director, Central Emirates International.
Director, Central Emirates International Academy, the Director General, ably represented, Women Development Center, Abuja, the Christian Aid UK Nigeria, the representative of the DG National Orientation Agency, the Principal CEO, PVG Consults, in Essential, yes, Dr. Ibrahim Bello Dauda, in Essential, Group Company Secretary Abuja, in Essential, Mr. Adaku Amadi, in Essential, Ambassador Prophetess Ebube Michael, in Essential, students and teachers of GSS Zuba, SGF Wagwalada, GSS Giri, and the old school students and teachers of Central Emirates International Academy. You are all welcome to this event of the Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots on this day, 24th 4th day of February 2022. Central Emirates International Academy is a brainchild initiative conceived and born by a group of directors on the 5th day of September 2014. This year, the school will mark it. Trained to excel in this globally competitive world. The academic excellence of the school has made some of our products over the years to stand out in WAEC, NECO and JAMB examinations and to be admitted in some of the Ivy League schools, both at home front and abroad. We take pride in our blended curriculum, consisted of both local and foreign contents. Aside the academics, the school has a mentorship program, a leadership school, and a STEAM, known as STEM before, club to meet up with the soft skills of the 21st century, and also a Christian fellowship and Islamia sessions for the Christians and Muslims respectively. Our teachers are some of the best trained with serious commitment to excellence, having exposed them to the correct as the conveners of GCFC to also be looking at the voice in the society. Like this can also be, like a college like this can also be used. Boy child security at the grassroots. Boy child security at the grassroots, so as to be gender inclusive. If the girls have freedom, the boys should also have security. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you all to this epoch-making occasion taking place today in this great citadel of learning, Central Emirates International Academy. On behalf of the management and staff of the school, I, Brother Ayindele, the Vice Principal Academics, welcome you.
A very good morning to everyone here present, especially the girl child, as the name of the topic implies. Yesterday I was called upon that something of this nature is going to take place. And the moment I had a girl, the enthusiasm in me, and I gave them a kudos for them to arrange something of this nature for the girl child. If we, as I'm standing here, if I ask some of you that are seated, girl child, can you tell me? Give me, just think, who is a girl child?
A female, that is a female from a male child.
A female from a male child. How did you come? Clap for her, clap for her.
A girl child is a female.
Yeah. You are laughing. The one is looking at you. You are sitting as a girl child. Who are you? Who are you?
I'm a unique person.
You are what?
A unique person. Girl child is a person who finds herself amidst of men and is trying to make herself in this world as a female.
Clap for her. Everybody there.
A girl child is a little person that finds herself in the world in need of dangers, which she tries to separate herself from different things to make her happen.
Clap for her.
I am a female, and she's fearless in order to face all odds.
Clap for her.
We are biological, means X and Y chromosomes. Joined together, X and X for the female and X and Y for the male. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My name is Mwiwezi Mwachinoso, the founder, executive director, Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots. On this note, may I welcome the princess beside me to give a welcome address.
I'll be introducing Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots to all of you. Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots is a non-governmental organization with the sole responsibility of reaching out to the girl child across all levels in the society. We are essentially devoted to catering for and improving the physical, social, and mental well-being of the girl child. To raising the girl child that will change our society and our nation, with the aims and objective of promoting an end to girl child sexual abuse by organizing programs and implementing programs that will educate and enlighten the girl child within communities across Nigeria in order to improve the safety of the girl child and ensure that positive change is enthroned in our society through sensitization. We are committed to promoting the rights and freedom of the girl child while ensuring that these rights are protected from all sorts of abuse. Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots is promoting empowerment of the girl child at every level through empowerment programs and advocacy. As a non-profit organization, we understand the importance of collective efforts. And to achieve our set aims and objectives, we are calling out to partners, government agencies, law enforcement agents, civil society organizations, non-governmental agencies, international organizations, as well as other well-meaning individuals and groups who can work with us to provide lasting solution to the issue confronting the girl child in our society. Thank you all.
This is what Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots is all about. Giving the younger generation the opportunity to
that gives equal opportunity to everyone through value orientation and behavior modification. We therefore appreciate the Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots for this platform provided to lend our voice. Girl child education in Nigeria over time has faced many challenges such as gender discrimination, cultural and religion limitation, poverty, illiteracy, among others. The value of the girl child education in Nigeria has really been put on the limelight as it possesses the power to act as a bridge builder to so many challenges in Nigeria. The importance of girl child education can never be overemphasized in both spiritual and temporal aspects of human existence. Education is paramount. Education is paramount. Education is the light that shows the way by removing the darkness of ignorance. It is the source that gives taste to life, the medicine that cures, and the key which opens doors. The greatest favor a girl child can get is to get education and to give others education. But it boils down to the fact that When young people are uneducated, it becomes easy to mislead them through wrong religious teachings, which they are not able to verify. Lack of the girl child education opens the door to many undesirable consequences, which include, among others, inability to make the right choice for her development. 2. Inability to fully understand and manifest her good God-given potential. And the last, high risk of vulnerability due to misguided religious and cultural practices, detrimental to her well-being. From the foregoing, therefore, we align with the truth that education for all, and particularly the girl child, is a major solution and problem-solving act in curbing insecurity. The reason being that knowledge, which comes through education and information, gives the power of choice to the educated. It is said that what you do not know is more than you, and an uninformed individual is already deformed and would do anything to survive, including engaging in criminal or dangerous activities. It is to this end that the National Orientation Agency is deliberate in its program, plan, and execution to consistently raise awareness towards changing attitudes, promote safe changing attitude, values, and behavior of citizens, while also mobilizing them to act in ways that promote safe, secure, and developed people and nation. The Girl Child Rights 203 and the Violence Against Persons Act VAP 2015 is adorned with provisions for education as a right of every child. Let us join hands together to develop this next generation of nation developers by educating them and take them off the streets. Thank you for listening. Long live the Nigeria girl child. Thank you.
Of children, that is to say boys and girls. But because studies have shown that the girl child has been more educationally disadvantaged in Nigeria than the boy child, that in our schools we have more boys than girls. So there is every reason for more concern from everyone that is interested in nation building. At this junction, she will want to commend the organizers of this seminar for deeming it fit to lend their voices to the numerous cries for the promotion of girl child education in Nigeria. The quest for the education of the girl child can never be overemphasized due to its importance in nation building. The choice of promoting the girl child education, a penalty for insecurity in Nigeria, as theme for this seminar is very suitable, considering that we are in a period that the air is filled with news of insecurity through the social media and cases of women and children being malhandled and abused by kidnappers and rapists. Such news, whether true or false, you will agree with her that They create tension in us and make us panic. This is definitely not good for our health and the society at large. It is no longer news that many homes have been torn apart, thrown into sadness and mourning due to insurgents and insecurity. How then can this situation be made better or averted? This is surely the big question that we are all faced with. Pertinent to know which is power needs to be disseminated to the general populace of the various communities that make up the nation. This can be achieved through better education for everyone. Education is the process of providing information to an inexperienced person to help him or her develop physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, spiritually, politically, and economically. Education is the process through which individuals are made functional members of their society. Through education, one acquires knowledge and realizes his or her potentials that he or she uses for self-actualization, to be useful to oneself and to others, which leads one to preserve, transmit, and improve the culture of the society. This therefore means that every individual needs to be educated. If education is the light that shows the way by removing the darkness of ignorance, the salt that gives the taste of life, the medicine that cures, and the key that opens doors, it then means that everybody needs to be educated. Thus, the greatest favor one can do for himself or herself is to be educated, while you can be good to others by educating them too. The native traditional philosophy in Nigeria is that a woman's place is in the husband's kitchen and her primary role is within her home. And this has prevented many girls from being properly educated.
Working to fight, and when we got this invitation, my country director was really elated, and he said, no, we have to be present at this event, and he wants to say thank you to the organizers of this event for extending your invitation to us. We really appreciate it, and I will read out the goodwill message from him. In securing lives and properties of every nation, education is an essential tool, no doubt at all. An educated population of girls and women is an asset to any nation due to the fact that education promotes national security as it inculcates desirable human traits like honesty, sincerity, hard work, punctuality, productivity, innovation, patriotism, selflessness, brotherhood, friendship, among several other things. It also empowers girls by inculcating lifelong skills and know-how, thereby liberating the individual from poverty and want. Jonathan in 2016 stresses the relationship between education, poverty, and security, as he pointed that top 10 most literate nations in the world are at peace, while almost all of the top 10 least literate nations in the world are in a state of either outright war or general insecurity. Lower education levels are linked to poverty, and poverty is one of the chief positive factors of crime, whether it is terrorism or militancy or felonies. To Jonathan, counter-insurgency strategies are short-term tools for securing a nation from insecurity, while education provides a long long-term solution. Malala 2016 submits that eradicating global terrorism goes beyond proliferation and development of guns and drones, rather spreading quality education across the globe, irrespective of regions and culture. Because through wars and weapons, we can only kill terrorists. But this ideology of terrorism can only be ended through education. Why have we not seen this? Or we have seen this, why have we not done so much to make sure that the girl child is properly educated? It is one thing to make education available, it is another thing to be able to create equal access so that the girl child and her counterpart male sex partner have the equal access to education. It is not just enough to say, okay, education is the right of everyone. Every girl child have education, have the right to go to school, but what deliberate efforts have been made to make sure that the girl child truly have access to any form of education she wants at any level and to become the best she would want to be.
Which in turn apply positively in the society. It serves as a shield for all the societal ills, enabling the child to reach and harness its full potential in the society. Let me at this junction therefore commend the organizers of this event for the timely and laudable initiative of coming up with this program, Girl Child Education, a panacea for insecurity in Nigeria, and more particularly for choosing to work in the area of girl child emancipation. Indeed, it shows immense understanding of the connection between educating the young mind, peace, and insecurity. In June of 2021, the Nigerian Minister of State for Education, Mr. Chukwuemeka Nwojoba, announced that Nigeria has the highest number of school children dropouts. These girls who have been denied education grapple with harsh living realities and with a little or no option for livelihood and daily survival may go into the vices such as drug peddling, drug abuse, prostitution, robbery, and even kidnapping. We have heard and witnessed testimonies of several robberies and kidnap cases where young girls play prominent roles. In some cases, they act as informants for criminals, as suppliers of weapons and provision of food, and in some cases, they actively participate in holding a kidnapped victim hostage. In these ways, these educationally disenfranchised young girls become enablers and fuel insecurity in the land. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by virtue of the Child Rights Act of 2007, holds that education is the right of every child in Nigeria, and every child is entitled to free and compulsory basic education. However, while this exists clearly in Constitution, its implementation in reality has remained abysmally poor, leading to the alarming figures of out-of-school children, and girls, as we were told earlier, has a higher number to meet. It has also created a pool of willing and available human tools in the hands of antisocial elements and criminals who have these girls and use them to perpetrate all sorts of crimes and vices. To conclude, as the saying goes, this is a popular saying I know we would hear most everybody saying today: educate the girl child, you educate the nation. It points to the importance and centrality of paying deliberate attention to the education of the girl child. This is in view of the fact that they are the ones that will proceed to give birth and to nurture individuals who are coming up. Having these girls properly and well educated would therefore position them to effectively birth and nurture meaningful members of the society. Education also effectively equips the girl to develop their innate talents and contribute meaningfully to the national development. She says, many women like myself were once little and adolescent girls, but because both our parents, guardians, the government availed us good and qualitative education, today we play a major role and contribute meaningfully to our country, Nigeria. I therefore conclude by calling for commitments and actions towards the education of the girl child. The statistics of out-of-school children and girls is very disturbing. All stakeholders, and by this I mean both parents, teachers, and relevant authorities, as well as opinion leaders at the grassroots and the entire nation, must sit up and x-ray the factors that have brought us these worrisome numbers of out-of-school children, and systematically proper solutions that will put an end to them. Put in place support systems that will strengthen the resilience of young and adolescent girls educationally, and ensure that this negative tide of educational disenfranchisement is effectively reversed. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.
Educating a woman. Most of us women, we don't really know the power that we hold. But I'm standing here and saying I am a testimony to educating young girls. My children and my daughters are my first disciple. I want to thank the organizers of this program because here in this country, well, it's heartbreaking when I go to events and I see majority are men. I'm in the men-dominated industry. I'm in the oil and gas industry. I forgot to put that. I am the CEO of Joktel Oil and Gas. His Excellency Dr. Ibrahim is my partner, and I'm glad, and I keep saying I won't exchange anything than being a woman. You have made me sing a lot, and opportunity as a woman, when you see yourself in the midst of men, you stand out. So I want to encourage every girl child here, keep doing what you're doing, give it your best, make sure you come out shining, don't let anybody talk down on you because you are a girl, because you have the power to do anything you want to do. And once the children are educated, of course we won't have illiterates that see the alternative to good living as stealing, kidnapping, and all the menace of society. So it's very important that the girl child is educated. Let me just give a little definition of the girl child, but I know we all know it's a youthful female person, and she is the opposite of the male, as we know. And why it's good to capture the child at her tender age, that is the girl, you can actually train a child, a girl child, the way you want to go, especially to be parents. I give an example of my daughters too. When I look at them at an early age, I say, okay, this is the passion you have. And as a mother, our eyes should be on ground to look at the passion our daughters have and encourage them. I know early marriage is good, but a girl is empowered. Honestly, even in her marriage, if she adds value to the life of her husband, she's valued by the husband. And with what is happening in the society now, we are out from the Stone Age.
Conflicts, crisis, and trafficking to keep her out of school. Let's take a minute to look at the fact that there are over 31 million girls of primary school age out of school, 17 million of which are expected never to enter school in their lifetime. Also, there are 5 million fewer girls than boys in primary school. Well, how sure are we that these are not the reasons for our educational backdown and the backdown of the country at large? To educate a girl means to groom her for the better future, for the better tomorrow. Education is fundamental human right that should be of use to every child regardless of age, gender, and nationality. In both aspects of existence, education is cardinal and shouldn't be overemphasized. It is the light that fades away the darkness of illiteracy and ignorance. If education is to generate, put up a role, knowledge, thereby bringing about the development of better economy that is necessary for our societies, why don't we give the girl child, a privilege? It is the salt of life. According to a proverb, education is the best legacy to give a child, because giving your child a skill is better than giving him a piece of gold. Why don't we give our girl child the approbation? As said, the greatest favor a girl can get is to get education and to give others education. Thus, we should educate them because it is smart. Thank you, Iman Isiaku, Head Girl CIA. Thank you, the GCFGs, our executives, our guests. Thank you. I hope we all stand against the overemphasizement of the girl child education. Let's work together, read well, and make sure that we stand for the world to see us, for the world to recognize us. We can make it. We can do it. We shouldn't be taken down. Thank you.
Over the years, more emphasis has constantly been made on the need to educate, or rather the education of the girl child. I would like to define education. According to the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, education is the process of teaching, training and learning, especially in schools or colleges, to improve knowledge and develop skills. In times past and still in the present, it is widely believed that the girl child only has a place in the kitchen, helping do house chores, a source of birthing children, and generally just a keeper of the house only, while their male counterparts go to various institutions of learning, thereby advancing in knowledge and getting better life coping skills. It is a fact that if the girl child is educated, the whole nation is educated. The female bears children and is the parent, which has at least 85% time being spent with the children. However, an educated mother is of paramount importance, as she serves as an early agent of enlightenment to a little one. The benefits of educating the girl child are quite numerous, as an educated female is likened to a nurse fully equipped in a battle zone who attends to wounded soldiers, more like a support system. An educated female balances off the financial stress in a home, thereby lifting off burdensome load off her partner. This has reduced at least 50% of hypertension in men, the rate of heart attacks as a result of ever-increasing anxieties, and has reduced the death rate due to stress among males. It also increases the involvement of more females in the workforce of a nation, which then brings about powerful and effective winds of change, thereby equalizing or rather balancing the ratio of males to females in the workforce.
We must take responsibility of our own action. For if we do, we become a better people and build a better society as a girl child. Speak of equality. Everyone is born before God and before the law of the land. When there is equality in the land, there is self-esteem. My mother was a girl child, a single parent. Did not have much money as those who live around us in Mentama, in civil service quarters. But she was sure she was able to feed us and send us to school. Even if school was not the best, it was where education was got. And we came out not too bad. So as you can see, the male is not more equal than the girl child. Speak of security. We live in home of insecurity, some kind of fraud knock. The insecurity is so strong now that it's not just the physical insecurity. Simple instructions that will make us change. These are the consequences of the gross neglect of the girl child. In the world of the almighty woman life pregnancy. Therefore, the life of the girl child is sacrosanct. Lastly, I would like to talk about hate, which is hope. Think of a ship that is filled with all kinds of merchandise, but adrift at sea. You cannot maximize whatever the ship is carrying until it comes to bail. Hope is what does that. So the philosophy of the girl child is simply fresh. We must start afresh from the bottom to make it right. There might be doubts who are saying this might not be true. But every change in life has been through God. Change comes from a visual interpose. Translate into a horizontal movement or exodus. Please, let's train the girl child in our society at all costs. Thank you all and God bless you.
I'm here to talk about the importance of a girl child. They go to school, help with house chores, make friends, and to prepare themselves of the adulthood.
Continue, we are hearing you.
Girls play multiple roles in the society.
Ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow students, my name is Angela Alede. I'm 12 years old. I'm one of the beneficiaries of this God-given NGO called Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots. With the help of the NGO, I was able to learn how to make shoes and bags, knowing that I'm from a very poor family where my mom was left alone to take care of me and my siblings since my dad had a motor accident in 2005. It hasn't been so easy for us at home. I decided to put in my mind in making sure I learn during my trainings. I want to sincerely thank the NGO for discovering me, and I hope one day I can be able to train and empower other girls of my age.
And with the little I get, I'll be able to support my mom. Once again, thank you Girl Child Freedom at the Grassroots, and remain blessed.
Business, you have partners, you are co-equal. Probably the stakes may be a little different, but you are equals and should be treated as thus. So, a man may be the head of the family, so said by God, but the woman is the neck, which is the manager. Take a look in the parliamentary system, where you have a ceremonial president, and then you have the woman as the prime minister, who is in charge of the government. He appoints the minister, he appoints every head of parastatal, and he controls the government. So women are in control of the world.
Result of 1, poor family background. 2, religious isolation, early marriages, and pregnancy. 7, Nigerians should not use social, cultural, and religious factors as a yardstick to relegate the girl child to the kitchen. The education of the girl child should be as important as that of the boy child, if not more important, as people as opinion assert that when a woman is educated, the nation is well educated. And we can link this with the like of the great successful women in Nigeria. 1, Ngozi Konjo-Iweala, Chimamanda.
Is to tell your parents first. So yeah, no matter, I know there is this feeling of, maybe my mom, some parents actually discard you whenever you say something like that to them. The parents are not so, how am I going to say, involved in their children's life. But trust me, the first thing you should do is to tell them. Tell your parents, tell your mom, for example, and then when she does not do anything about it, you tell your dad. Maybe you have some cousin, some brother that you're close to. You tell them. And if no one does anything about it, you should have a guardian in school that maybe you're close to, maybe a teacher. And your help could be anywhere. You don't have to subject it to your house alone. But as they say, charity begins at home, right? You have to tell your parents first, then maybe a brother of yours or a cousin, or maybe a girlfriend that you have. Then subsequently, if nothing is done, you should consult your teacher. Your teachers are your best friends. So that's what I think of. So if nothing is still done, report the person to the police. Do you get me? Does that answer your question, please? Thank you. I want you to look at me. You said, how do you face the person that is harassing you? I think first and foremost, I want to add that before you even start with your parents, you let the person know that you are not contact with what the person is asking you for. Face the person. You are not contact with that. And if he do not put a stop to it, you are going to report him to the authority. It may be in the school, like we hear what happened in some of the schools now, even the school proprietor harassing students to the extent of even going to kill the child. Report the issue immediately. Don't even think about it before it becomes something else that you cannot handle.
If there's any reason for, some of them could just be, they could harass you right there. You should be able to shout. You should have somebody that will help you call for help. So avoid going to anybody that, is already giving you such move alone. Wherever you are going to, always go with somebody that you trust. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing. My question is from GSS Guri. My question is, does the government have any penalty for those who rape?
Here we are. The nature of how you succeed in getting a lawyer to bail you out, and then the vices of this our society. Definitely there are laws that protect even you, the girl child. But how serious you take it is what we are trying to do today. You must know your rights. If anybody harasses you, you report, just as one of us said.